I'm not sure how I feel about, is a public figure's personal drama worth going into? Well, I think in some sense, yes. I think if you're an individual with a massive platform and a significant amount of influence, then your personal failings are magnified onto other people, right? So like Hunter Biden. Well, is it fair? Should we be talking about Hunter Biden, and his drug addiction problems and all that? It's like, well, we should talk about it with compassion. But to pretend that that personal issue is not relevant to the rest of society, given the position of influence that Hunter Biden is in, I think is absurd. And I think there is something to be said. I think I watched some of this, but I haven't watched all of it, so we'll go through it. It's 3 minutes. There's something to be said about, you might think, oh, well, Steven Crowder's this rich millionaire and he's got a lot of influence and, oh, he's a comedian and all that. And we have to defeat him because if he just pushes, if you're on the left, we have to defeat him because if he just pushes his rhetoric, it'll just, go unchallenged. And it's like, well, if you believe someone is ideologically possessed or bends the knee to a particular ideology, then they will inevitably pay for that in their personal life one way or another. This is how I feel with Vosh. This is how I feel with everyone who honestly tries to articulate and defend a worldview that is not commensurate with reality. It will crop up in other ways, right? You plug the hole in the dam and the water pressure moves somewhere else and the hole will pop up somewhere else where you least expect it. I think that's an iron nature of reality. This is allegedly abuse of some kind that he committed towards his wife. So we will take a look.
I drew a boundary.
Let me know if the audio is good.
I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You are not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There is no groceries. I would have to.
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How does a man receive love like that?
Respect.
No. How does a man No, you're not taking the car.
Steven,
You're not taking the car.
Steven,
You are not
then
taking
I
the
will
car.
ask them to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not about Steven.
Get an Uber.
Okay, Steven, I can't.
Feeling some constraints?
Steven.
Like, I can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either.
This man is cross-legged with a cigar. It seemed to me that the way that he was just talking to her is how he would argue with someone on a political debate channel or something. This is my point about what you believe is what you'll become. What you practice is what you'll become. I've said this about people like Destiny. Destiny spends all day rationalizing arguments. Okay, so then you become the type of person that once you've decided on what's true, you've built that muscle up so much where you can't be wrong. And it's interesting because there's sort of two types of people. There's two types of perspectives you can take. You can take the, I rationalize to an end, right? I have a certain belief and I'm going to make my arguments for that belief. Versus the people who are like, and I think I fall into this category, is like, I'm actually very uncertain often of even saying anything. I'm even again, I'm uncertain of even doing this. This feels somewhat slimy to look at this and to see the personal issue, the personal drama between two people. I think it's relevant, again, to talk about, given that Steven Crowder has chosen to put himself in the spotlight, but that's kind of the situation where it's like, if you do not have your personal life together, what business do you have going into the spotlight and making all these moral injunctions to millions of people, right? That's strange to me. And I'm not saying everyone's life has to be perfect, but if you can't get your own relationship together and your own life together, then it calls into question the validity of your beliefs. Because if you knew enough to be able to tell people what to do with their lives, which Steven Crowder does all the time, you'd think you'd be able to turn inward. And there is something about, I think it's a Bertrand Russell line of like, the problem nowadays is that stupid people are super confident and all of the smart people are paralyzed by uncertainty. Because if you're smart, you would never put forward all these super strong moral injunctions about how you should live your life and whatnot. But you kind of have to go back and forth and stuff. Very few people have their personal life together. It makes them human. Right. But certainly some people's lives are more put together than others. And no one is without sin. And so in principle, no one should be able to cast any stone at all. But maybe we should seek to minimize the sin in our own life.
Do you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you're going to be back on back?
Steven?
And that can't work. The only way out of this is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Steven.
Yeah. There you go. You throw your hand. You give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
Hillary,
Stephen?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it. You go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous.
He said, watch it. Here's what I would imagine is going on to some degree, is he's sitting there cross-legged with his cigar, embodying the masculine archetype, right? That's his thing. It's all about masculinity and all that. It's all about men are weak in society, men need to man up. So he's trying to live that injunction out in a very one-dimensional way. You know, and again, I don't know, we have no context coming into this. We have no idea what, has gone on between them. And I don't even know how this got out. I believe the wife leaked it. In a statement sent to me by Hillary Crowder's family, they say that she spent years hiding her husband's mental and emotional abuse from her family, that he lied about the circumstances around their divorce, that he wasn't present for the birth of their children. So I believe this video was leaked by her. I would like to know what Steven Crowder's position on therapy is, because I agree divorce should be the last option, but like couples therapy and marriage counseling should be the option before that. But I'd be curious to know if, because Crowder thinks therapy is emasculating and all that, the thing that would be the antidote to divorce, he might think that's like, oh, that's childish, or that's immature, or that's emasculine to go to therapy. That's a common sentiment I see on the right. But that's my point about if your ideology, if you have an ideology that's not commensurate with reality, like therapy is just for weak people, well then the option that would have been presented to you to potentially avoid divorce, you've removed yourself because of your ideology. Again, I don't know exactly what his opinion is, but it'd be interesting. Sadly, therapy's gone so woke now, it's likely to drive even more men away. Yeah, that's a real problem. When people point out like there is a risk of ideology being snuck into therapy and that's a reason not to go, I sympathize with that. Even before that, there was a sentiment around, oh, that's talking about your problems with a professional. That's weak. Thank God for Jordan Peterson, because I think he's changed that perspective around, at least to some degree, certainly for me.
Hillary, you're right, right in that. Become someone who's in it, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to engage anymore. I'm going to go. I'll text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not going to.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to you. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm good. Just
walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to get the medication the dogs take? No, you take Betty.